Well, hi. How you doing? It's the Ysbryd Games stream. I'm Jacob. You're my lovely audience. I hope you're doing good. In some parts of the world, it's National Coffee Day. I had coffee way too late today. It's going to be a fun time. And also, it's appropriate because we're playing Necrobarista, which is doubly appropriate because when I have coffee later in the day, I feel like I want to die. I hope you're all doing very well. Maybe you've had coffee way too late. Maybe it's the morning for you and you're just having coffee. Maybe you're watching this on YouTube. Maybe you can't drink coffee but kind of admire it from a distance. Anyway, hi. Let me just get chat up here. Do 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 do. Uh, yes, yes. So, welcome to the Ysbryd Games channel. As we said this evening, we are going to be playing Necrobarista tonight. I am going to not be doing any of the voices tonight. I just want to set expectations. I put this on the Discord for those of you that may not know. I had a very real root canal today, and I don't want to do anything to exacerbate that. I'm all hopped up on Aleve and Advil, but it was. You never want to hear your dentist go, "Oh no," ever. So I'm gonna leave that a break. If I'm feeling good, I'll start doing some of the voices and some of the flex and some of the performance things that I normally do during this. But I'm gonna try to take it easy. But there wasn't any way I was gonna miss hanging out with you tonight. There wasn't any way I was gonna miss this stream because I've been excited to get back to this game. I'm also very excited that it's goddamn fall now. So Jacob can bust out his flannels or flannel. This is actually the last flannel shirt that I own. I went to go and dig out some of my autumn and fall clothes today. Apparently last year I got rid of a bunch of my flannels and stocked up on waffle shirts. But that's fine. I got to pull out. It's my I call this my goth lumberjack shirt, and I got to pull out a bunch of my nice waffle shirts. I've got my ooh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. I actually give me just 1 second. I got a new thing that I'm doing to make sure that I get enough vegetables and stuff because I'm trying to make sure that I have a nice balanced diet with all the working out and exercise and things that I'm doing. Marlo Silver says, "What's the T-shirt you're wearing?" This is one of the Vampire the Masquerade clans from the tabletop and video games. It is the Hikata in the Bi Flag. This is the clan that I helped write for Cult of the Blood Gods, coming out soon from Onyx Path Publishing. Yes, I got a new thing I wanted to show you, which is fun because again, I'm trying to get more veggies and things in my life. And Ladyface, my Canadian wife, who's totally real, put in an order for some really neat. Pat, you're gonna see through some of it because it's very green. But this is a green tea and barley kind of powder mix from Japan to just kind of. I think her exact words were, "You'll like it. It's for old people." And it's green, so you'll enjoy it. You can have it hot or cold, and I've been trying to do this once a day. It's got a bunch of different stuff in it, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's like drinking a cup of dirt, which I'm super into. Yeah, I nothing really. I mean, I'm just kind of hanging out and chatting. I'm very excited that it's fall. We are coming into Halloween, which is good. Let me see what's the exact day. Halloween first is Thursday. Oh man, Halloween first is going to be Thursday. That's going to be really cool because we're continuing our playthrough of the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I'll make sure that I'll make sure I dress up. That's all I'll say about that. Oh, and it's a full moon. That should be fun. Hmm. Our friends from Get Ahead Gaming are in the stream. Hello, our friends from Get Ahead Gaming. Um, yeah. It's cozy. It's fall. It's just turned into autumn. So let's just have a nice chill night. Yeah. Something actually I've been kind of interested in. if you are comfortable sharing, what country you're in, what part of the world you're from, because sometimes we get people from absolutely like all over, um, which is quite fantastic. We've got Chicago. Stephen Wilsard is from Wales. Sent some really really nice stuff. Some really really nice stuff over. Marlo Silver's from Australia, so it's like 9 a.m. Depending on where you are in Australia. Dark Morford, Seattle area. Bulgrim's from Quebec, West Virginia. Hell yeah. That's so cool. The King in Green says Des Moines, Iowa. Otari says the Hellscape, that's North Carolina right now. Tiny Sue says Exeter, southwest of England. Dallas, Texas. Man, that's great. Gladiator says, my Wi Fi is not liking Twitch right now. I'll have to catch y'all on the VOD. Um, oof, boy. Tier Arcata asks, Jacob, has Glitch Factory said how the demo went? We're actually doing quite well. We got a lot of good press. We actually go. We have Lunar Jade says Victoria. Hi. Um, uh, that's really cool. So we let me yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up an email because we got the demo got picked up internationally by like over 80 sites, which is awesome. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, IGN Brazil picked it up, a bunch of different international sites. We had some coverage on RPG Gamer, The Escapist, Rock Paper Shotgun. It went really, really well. Something in all the media interviews and stuff that we were talking about the demo, because a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, this demo is so hard. It is so hard." Something that we've really been forthright in saying is like, we know the demo is hard. We're trying to get feedback on that level of difficulty and how hard it is, but we are very, 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 very committed. Um, Apparently to fire trucks. Love fire trucks. Love a good fire truck. Um, I'm just gonna. I'll let the fire truck go by. Have a sip of my tea. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. They're stopping right outside, so I'll get taken away soon. That's good to know. Anyway, it was it went over very very well. But we're gonna make that game as accessible as we can to everybody. Ysbryd Games, as you well know, the games that we do what we can to publish, we good art, excellent aesthetic, good story, a message, devs that care about the game. Like that's part of what we go after. And No Place for Bravery fits right in. Gehenna Gaming actually streamed it as well. Spoiler 98 says, Jacob, are you on fire? You have to tell us if you're on fire. I mean, we'll see how the stream goes. You can tell me at the end. I don't feel super on fire. I got put through the ringer with a fucking root canal today. I was more thinking on fire in the um, uh, what was it? Jam, something Jam, the basketball game. Oh, I can't think of it right now. What was that basketball game that are like, you're on fire? NBA Jam? Was it just NBA Jam? I think it was just NBA Jam. I was thinking way too hard about it. Um, I was thinking way, way too hard about it. Thank you, NBA Jam with the big head mode. Yeah, exactly. Um, there was one other thing I actually wanted to say. Uh, that I wanted to actually say on stream. A community member reached out to me uh, and wanted me to give a shout out to another community member because uh, they've been uh, they've been very supportive and very nice. This would be for Ocelot, a shout out for Ocelot from Tiny Sue's. Tiny Sue's wanted me to let you know on stream that you're fantastic, and thanks for being so great. So it's really neat when uh, I get a lot of private messages from community members about other community members, all in the positive. Just like, hey, this person's really cool, and they've really like helped us out, and it's just been great. And being the community manager, it being one of the things that I do as part of Ysbryd Games. because it just feels. I'm just gonna start saying I'm part of Ysbryd Games. Saying director of operations feels so damn awkward. If you've got a suggestion for a better title, I mean that's what goes on the LinkedIn page, but like just hanging out and talking with people, even saying community. I don't know. I just say I'm part of Ysbryd Games now. Like that's just how it goes. Because anything else feels awkward as fuck. Um, yeah. So we're gonna play Necrobarista tonight. I'm kind of done with my rambly bits, and we're all hanging out. We've got some people here and watching, and let's keep going, shall we? Let's shall. I got my standing desk, feeling good, feeling loose, drinking hot tea, so the flannel's getting a little bit warm. Ocelot says community shepherd. All right, let's start this up. Mathoni says people mover Jacob. um, yeah, but I mean, if you got, we got a cool community. If you know anybody that kind of like what we do, just shout them out. Join the Discord. Come check us out on Twitch. All that fun stuff. Ah, it's rainy time. Ooh, I'm not setting this up correctly. Sorry, I'm just moving my windows and stuff around so I can get... There we go. Alright, you gorgeous, gorgeous game. Excuse me. Tarot Goddess says, I'm community shepherd and Ysbryd is my is my favorite place for games on the Citadel. Next time I work with Mark Meir or hire him for a project, I'll get him to say that. Oh yeah, Mark Meir's doing a vampire show now. He's doing I think it's Pod by Night. Yeah, Mark's great. Mark's absolutely awesome. I should call myself the Primogen of Ysbryd. As much as I love Vampire the Masquerade, I'm trying not to get too much chocolate in my peanut butter. For example, I probably won't play a vampire game on the stream, but if enough people call for it, I guess I won't have a choice. But I'm really trying not to get trying to get my chocolate and my peanut butter. Um, Dr. Fox 17 says, you got vampire in my day job, you got day job in my vampire. I actually don't refer to Ysbryd as my day job. It's just part of what I do. It's I am a part of Ysbryd Games. Ysbryd is a part of my life, and I still do all of the other stuff that I do. It's not nothing's any more or less important than anything else. It's just part of this weird career that I built. I don't ever want to call Ysbryd my day job. I don't want to ever call any of my writing or my voice acting or anything like that my day job or a side gig, or it's just all part of what I do. I don't know. Day job is almost always to me sounds dismissive, and the Ysbryd Games is very important to me. Like personally, this I take this job real serious. Sometimes too seriously, admittedly. Oh, that's right. We met these new characters that are trying to steal. Trying to steal something from behind the bar, I believe. No, I don't feel anything particularly spooky in the air. Yeah, me neither. Oh, that's right. She raises up from behind the bar. Boop. I forgot. Oh, it made me laugh last time. It made me laugh this time because I forgot it happened. Oh, this game is so fucking good. Oh, hello, children. I see you've stooped to petty thievery. Petty thievery. Some of the bottles on that shelf were old enough that swiping them would be an act of grand theft. Not this one, however. Alas, sprung. Can't believe my heist career is over so quickly. Aw, don't give up on your dreams, kid. Speaking of, you know what happens when you drink this? I assume some sort of drunkenness. Does it make your teeth fall out? Well, last time I had a shot of this, I woke up in Adelaide. Wow. So the result was 700 kilometers worth of drunkenness and bad decisions. But I woke up 6 hours before I took the shot. Had to drive a rented car back and explain to Che why I disappeared without a trace and somehow accidentally time traveled. Holy shit, can we give it a try? God, no. the camera angles, like, they zoomed in on the laughing with the side profile and then swung the camera around for the God no and only had that appear on the screen. Fucking brilliant. 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 Fuck, this is good. God no. You ever heard of liquor licensing laws? I'd end up in jail. I think it'd be an excellent formative experience. Yeah, if you're not perpetuating teen drinking culture, you're a loser. Somehow I remain unconvinced by your passionate arguments. Well, we tried. You kids have way too much time on your hands, you know that? Better than not having enough, right? Man, I wore some puffy socks because I thought it was going to be colder, and it's not, and now my feet are too hot, so now I'm going to take off my socks. Whew. Oh, that's much better. Oh. Okay, just slippers for Jacob. Oh, yeah, you gotta let them dogs breathe. Ooh, gotta let them dogs breathe. Math on Wii says, show us your feet. You know what? I actually haven't looked to see if I'm on Wiki Feet yet, because I am too afraid. And if you do do that, don't tell me. Just, I don't need to know. It can just be there, and it can just be there. Better than not having enough, right? I'm utilizing my time to practice my skills. It's not wasted. Well, the non-existent industry sector that relies solely on the skill of reaching over bars and stealing bottles of enhanced booze is going to be lucky to have you. Aw, that's so validating. Thanks. Can I get you two a coffee or anything? Hot chocolate? I'm kind of busy tonight, and I'm hoping that with bribing you with free drinks, we'll stop you from nicking my shit. I'll take a free drink. I feel guilty taking one since it was all Tuan's idea. Hey. But I'll graciously accept your offer. Neat. What'll it be? Hot chocolates for both of us? Oh, I love her earrings. Oh, those are really nice. She's got good style. Hot chocolates for both of us. Alrighty, 2 hot chocolates coming up. Seriously, don't steal anything else while my back's turned, or I'll feed you to a spite elemental. I wonder. Spite elemental? Maybe it's a metaphor? Is she saying that she'll eat us? Is she the spite elemental? Oh no. Maybe the real spite elementals were the friends we made along the way? I hate this. Fair. That's a very big heal. Hello. I see the fun times are over. Huh. Okay. Samantha. Age 32. American? Visiting Melbourne for work. Devastatingly patient. Trust me, you kids don't want to meet a spite elemental. Have you? Yep. Got pretty close to not making it out alive. I guess you're in a fairly exciting line of work, then? Work. This woman's line of work might seem intriguing to someone looking in from the outside, but to her, it's all business. It gets that way sometimes. But spite elementals aren't exciting. They're terrifying. They suck all the air out of a room and make the world ache. And they don't die easy. Huh. That's kind of metal. You sure do need brass balls to face one down, that's for sure. And a steely gaze? What? Cause steel is a metal, and I said it was metal, and then you mentioned brass balls, so, ooh, oh, I feel this kid right now. Hannah, please back me up. Nope, you brought this on yourself, mate. No. Nah, she's totally right. Ah. What's going on here? You bullying my customers, Samantha? Of course not. Good, because that's my job. Oh, I love all the reflections and the glitter on the glasses in the back. Oh, that's pretty. Here, I'll get out of the way so you can see it. It's that. That right there. You two should go enjoy the evening. There's a nice breeze blowing. God, I love this. Gotta redecorate my Final Fantasy house. Give me some more bookshelves. You remembered my name. That's sweet. Oh. Are people not hearing any music or game sounds? Nobody can hear the music? I'll get a confirmation. It might just be Despoiler 98. Oh, I guess nobody can hear music. Let me see what I can do about that. Oh, nuts! I can definitely hear it, but that's no good. I'm so sorry. Let me know if that fixes it. Because the music's lovely. There it is, bit loud. How's that? How's that? I don't think that made a difference. Alright, cool. Talk, Jacob. Jacob's talking. Talking, Jacob. Let's see how the music is. Okay, I got a thumbs up from Lunar Jade. Music could be a bit lower. Some people are saying lower, some people are saying higher. Music needs to be softer. Got it. Well, let's do that. There we go. Let me know if that's better for everybody. Perfect. Marvelous. Marvelous. Okay, lovely. There you go. Sorry about that. Somebody had said, Lord Zerk asks, Jacob, did you hear what James said about you today? You'll have to tell me which James. I know a lot of James. I assume you mean James from Loading Ready Run? James Turner. James Turner from Loading Ready Run. Okay. Lord Zerk says it was the end of 9 o'clock, and I think it's vitally important that Jacob hear it. Well, if somebody's talking about me, then I think I need to watch that right away. Let's see. How do I do this without killing everybody on the stream? Well, I guess I don't. I will watch that later. Thank you very much for putting that in chat. I will, I'll watch that later. Let's play the game for now. But thank you. I appreciate that. People talking about me on the internet. Sweet. Sweet isn't a word that people often use to describe Maddie. That's the kind of remark that says more about the person who's talking than the person they're talking about. Of course I did. You're interesting. Doesn't that describe everyone who walks through your doors, though? Absolutely not. Especially not in the way that you are. Some people would take offense at that. Your boss must be very different to mine. Well, my old boss, I guess. I'm my own boss now, actually. My own boss. Maddie thinks she can make it all her own. She might. She just might turn out to be right. Apologies. Your approach to hospitality work is very different from what I'm used to, is what I'm trying to say. In figures, where do you work? Just some dive bar overseas. Wretched hive of scum and villainy. The owner would never shut up about treating every client like royalty. Sounds like a pain in the ass if you ask me. Ocelot says, oh, I do have to say the levels in general are much better this stream. I usually have to run my computer's audio up at least halfway. Now it's much more normal around the 1/4 mark. Good. I'm glad. Hopefully there's not a lot of reflection. I'm hoping it sounds like I'm in a vocal booth, because the way that I have everything set up, I pretty much am. I'm not asking, actually, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. So, can I get you anything? Surprise me. You'd like me to pick you something? Yeah. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Oh, this seems familiar. Are they related to the drink? Yep. Shoot. Okay. What's your favorite white wine? You're not making me a wine cocktail, are you? Haha, no. I'm partial to a glass of Marsanne every now and then. Fancy. Next question. Have you ever read a star chart? Like in astrology? No. Why? I don't put any stock in mysticism. Hey, this place isn't mystical. Mystical. To some people, this place seems otherworldly. For others, this is just the world they live in. It's built out of cold, hard facts. I just don't know them all yet. Alright, fair enough. Last question. You're walking in the shallows of an ocean that seems to go into the distance forever. You can't see any land aside from the sand under your feet. Whenever you step forward, the sand sinks just a little bit. As far as you can see, there's no way to escape. Drowning is the only possible outcome. What do you do? Wow, I feel like you're about to pull out a void comp machine or something. It's obviously some sort of test. I run, I swim, I dive when I can. And if I eventually drown, so be it. There's nowhere else to go, and no point in sitting and waiting for starvation or sharks or someone to save me. I have to take action. Interesting. So what's the verdict? Samantha didn't get a response. Maddie's eyes had glazed over as soon as she'd answered the last question, and now she stood perfectly still, gazing intensely at the rows and rows of dusty bottles lining dustier shelves. Her lips moved, but no words came out. As Samantha watched, a flask of red liquid twitched, seemingly of its own accord. Maddie craned her neck up at it and scowled. In response, a smaller bottle, next to the first, and surely only big enough to hold a few drops of something, began to glow. Her scowl shifted to a wry smile. Please, you don't need to open anything new on my account. Gotcha. I really can't wait to visit Melbourne. Interesting. Coming from some people, that might sound like a non-committal remark, but coming out of Maddie, it might be the most effusive praise you ever get. So were your questions. I'm still having a little trouble figuring out how they relate to each other, though. Is that important? I try to maintain a vague hope that maybe one day things might make sense. And until then, I just try to go with the flow, of course. That's a big honkin' moo right there. Sorry for trying to psychoanalyze it there. Try? Do you think you failed? No. What's the verdict then? Well, for one, you tend to accept things as you see them. You don't try to interpret things based off of unrelated frameworks or thought patterns. That said, you do try and make sense of the connections between things when you can. Connections. Maddie's pretty sure she has all the pieces. She's found that putting all of the pieces together requires a bit more effort. But it's no big deal if you don't. You just mark it as an unknown variable and move on. And that reads to me as an intensely pragmatic approach. Would you agree? I suppose. You're the sort who doesn't buy drinks to enjoy them. You buy them as camouflage. Camouflage. If you're experienced with pretending to be something you're not in order to blend in, you might develop a talent for recognizing when others are trying to do the same. To hide your face behind, to project a veneer of being untouchable while you watch. Watch what? Everything, I suppose. You take everything in the same way I do. So you're saying that I'm attentive, but that I don't worry about instantly understanding how things are interconnected. Because you're confident that that eventually you'll understand it anyway. How do you figure that? You've been watching my hands this whole time. Awesome. Awesome. Is that weird? To watch an attractive bartender mixing a very fancy-looking cocktail? To appreciate a craft? No. But given just how interested you are in what my hands are doing, I'd wager that you've got some experience in my field. Anybody who is not charmed by this, oh. So, are you just really bad at picking up when you're being flirted with, or... It's fine, sweetie. In fact, it's pretty cute. I meant in alchemy. The field of alchemy. Uh-huh. I'm sure you're very accomplished in alchemy. Just take the drink. Shit, this is really good. Yeah? Too good to ignore, yeah. It's smoky, but bittersweet. Bittersweet. It's the contrast with the bitters that really makes you appreciate the sweetness. Or is it the other way around? It's kind of my whole modus operandi. It's really the bitter that makes you appreciate the sweetness. Almost makes me feel like I'm reaching the end of something. What a good shot! What a good shot! The camera work in this is fucking great. Holding that like just under and then fucking panning up to the eye. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Oh, this is sexy as fuck. Like I've got a lump in my throat from saying goodbye. But I can't quite tap into that feeling. They're gonna bang because of this drink. Like, what did you even put in this? Mezcal, artichoke bitters, gold heart bitters. I've never had that. Oh, fuck, gotta look that shit up. I'm just gonna make a little note here. And a slice of Gorilla Lime. What is Gorilla Lime? Time for Jacob to learn some Australian shit. Gorilla Lime? That can't be a real thing. It's just hard to acquire. I call that because if you bite into one, it feels like you've been punched by a gorilla. Physically? No, emotionally. Ah, makes sense. I am not a wizard. Prove it. Ugh. That guy, the boss you mentioned? Yeah. He good to you? I'm sorry? Does he treat you well? Yeah. To a fault, actually. Far past the point where it's rational for him to still be nice to me. Rational. No one's ever accused Che of being rational. That doesn't stop him from trying to be the voice of reason. Good. Actually, I'm sorry, that reminds me, I have to dash. Got some setup work for a project to finish before the sun comes up. Project. Maddie rarely engages in careless shenanigans. When she's up to something, you'd best be on your guard. But without you here, who will enable my latent alcoholism? You can just reach over the bar and grab the gin. Tonic's in the bar fridge. Will do. Come back soon, though. I'd love to discuss alchemy with you some more. Uh-huh. Catch you later. Love her shoes. Love her fucking shoes. Wait, one last thing. What was the meaning behind the question about what wine I like? Oh. I was just curious. Adorable. Ooh. Oh, I like how the roots come into the basement. That's fucking cool. Box. That's the last one, I reckon. Does it have the magic caps in it? I think so. You can just call them caps, you know. They're built for something different. I refuse to use non-specific language. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're in here. Okay, what about the, thing? You'll have to be a little more... Oh, you know. The thing. Sparky thing. Sparky thing. Ashley likes having friends who can understand her, even when she fails to be specific. electric. Sweetie, how long have you been awake? It is better for you if you don't know, I think. Do you mean the voltage regulator? That's the one. Good job. It's in one of the other boxes. I don't think we needed another one. I didn't think we needed another one, though. Are you kidding? The last one literally melted. It's a good thing I have an extremely sick metal arm, otherwise I would have been badly injured. Ashley's metal arm is a point of pride. She wouldn't trade it for anything, not even the arm that it replaced. Yeah, thank goodness. Is there anything missing? I shall check. Need some espresso? I think I will literally die if I have any more. That's really mature of you. Nice job. Yeah, whatever. You can get me some chocolate if you want. Chocolate. Don't tell Ashley that chocolate has trace amounts of caffeine. At least it's not more espresso. Sure thing. Be back in a moment. Oh, hey dude, where you been? Hey. Just chilling. Not much to do when you're waiting to die. Hey. Come on, Cooper. I know you're hiding down there somewhere. Oh. Hold this, will you? Did Ned really say that? Yeah. Do you believe it? I'm not sure. Well, it's not a lie. Lie. The most dangerous lies are the lies we tell ourselves. But it's not the whole truth either. And I don't quite have the time to untangle it for you. Actually, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to change glasses out. Mathonomy asks, so is this a dating game? Not really, it's more of a storytelling game. Oh, those need to be cleaned. Dear Lord. And I don't quite have the time to untangle it for you. Manny's the sort of person to weave tangled webs without too much consideration for who's going to have to untangle them. I've got a hungry teenager downstairs and a summoning ritual to complete. Ah, she's part of this too. Don't you take that judgy tone with me. Hey, far be it from me to moralize at you. Getting a lot of that these days, mate. I'm just trying to keep everybody happy. Tough gig. I'll say. Alright, now if you can solder these two wires... No, not those ones! Bloody hell. Who programmed you? Bet she's a jerk. Incredibly intelligent, but a very bad programmer. Programmer. Ashley has learned how to program exactly the minimum amount she needs to, and not one iota more. You're talking about yourself, right? What? Wow. You're really out of it, huh? Where do you even pull this from? Leg holster. That's a good shot. You weren't wearing a leg holster. Arm holster. Your prosthetic? It holds 6 million knives. Don't question me on this. I'm the expert here. Mm-hmm. Hey, need a hand? Dude, you should check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself. No, that's not what I meant. Oh, Oh, yeah, I guess you can help. Before I ask what you need, what are you even doing? Maddie mentioned a summoning circle? Something like that. You ever wanted to live forever? I'd trade that for just having a second chance, honestly. Well, grab me that box, please. You can't just leave me hanging like that. But you can't just leave that hanging like that. Watch me. And while you watch me leave you hanging, you can get the box. Ooh, sparkly. Thank you. Yeah, so, this is really heavy. What's even in here? 100 meters of heavy gauge copper cable. Copper cable. In a basement full of magical items, this copper wire might be the thing most in danger of being stolen. It's easier to flip, at least. A bunch of capacitors that I'm going to wire together soon. And some various bits and bobs. That would definitely explain the weight. Oh, there's also a bunch of clamps. So, what do you need? Validation. Chocolate. Coffee. A school system that doesn't punish me for having weird or niche interests. I meant more, communism. Communism. Ashley is a real party girl. I don't think I can get you communism. Sorry. And isn't Maddie already getting you chocolate? You are a terrible comrade, Kishan. If I wasn't close to hitting the LD 550 of caffeine, I'd ask you for some coffee. So all you can do right now is give me that sweet validation. Okay. You're real thumbs up? Good human? I don't know what sort of validation you want here. I feel like I'm stuck in a loop of trying things that are inevitably going to fail, and I don't know how much of it is my fault for not being good enough at a monumentally difficult task. I'm used to being effortlessly good at things, but I feel like my brain is full of bees on this one. And can I deal with failure? I don't think I can. I'm not equipped for failure. My entire perception of myself is that I'm good at things. I'm gifted and talented and incredibly afraid that I'm going to let people down at a vital moment. This is that vital moment. But I just sit here, paralyzed. And I rationally know that a lot of this pressure is just me being hard on myself. But Maddie and I, we tried this already. And we failed pretty badly. It was a disaster. Disaster. For Ashley, of all people, to call something a disaster, it must have been a real catastrophe. I can't understate how badly it turned out. So, even with all the prep I'm doing, is this enough? Did we learn enough to do it properly? Numbers and formulas and hard science are good, but I can't shake this feeling that I'm going to screw it up for everyone. And I'm so afraid of letting Maddie down. Afraid. There are few things we fear more than disappointing the people we love most. Yeah. That's heavy as shit, mate. You said it, Kishan. You fucking got it. You reckon? Fully, yeah. I don't know what to say to that, except I don't think Maddie would ever feel let down by you. I know I've only been here for like 2 days, but her and Chase seem to really care about you. And I'm sure that extends to accepting you for who you are, limitations and all. Though honestly, I think you give off a pretty strong vibe of not giving a shit about your limitations. And that you indiscriminately power through them with some sort of raw, caffeine-fueled fury. I'm okay. Just wrong pipe. I know people are gonna worry. That's a super ellipses. Ah. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Damn it, my Aquaman powers haven't kicked in yet. Anyway, you're immensely powerful and I'm terrified of you. Fair enough. I was never really super smart or gifted or anything. I love the cell shade focus in the background with the fuzzy background. Ah, man. Excuse me. Gifted. Sometimes the people who think they're not gifted were just never made aware of their gifts. Excuse me. I just floated through school and work and never focused on much except having a good time. I can definitely imagine the sort of pressure you'd have on you, though, especially given how big this task is. Yeah. So, while I can't say for sure that this thing is going to be easy or even successful, easy. In the terminal, it can feel like nothing is easy. Even Sunday mornings come with their own set of trials and tribulations. I do think it's important that you work on giving yourself a break from the weight of your own expectations. But it's not an easy thing, I'm sure. But my boyfriend is similar. He's very hard on himself when he feels like he's letting himself down. So it doesn't go away? I don't think so. I think it just gets easier to deal with as you learn to be more empathetic to yourself. Self-forgiveness and all that. Self-forgiveness. It's often hardest to forgive someone when you're aware of all their flaws. It definitely took him a good few years to even begin to be able to deal with his self-imposed shame. I guess I can try that. You can try that? Or you can continue feeling super bad about yourself all the time. I mean, when you put it like that, right? I hate how rational you sound. I know, I'm disgusted by myself. Sup, nerds? What's going on in this thread? Oh, man. I want to enter every room like that. You're suddenly in a good mood. I maybe ate some of your chocolate. Maybe. Maddie ate some chocolate. Maybe grass is green. Oh, I swear to God, if there isn't any left... Yes, we've been over this before. You'll completely murderize me. Murderize. You would hate it if someone failed to be comprehensive when they went about murderizing you. I've seen some incomplete murderizing attempts, and they ain't pretty. Don't worry, I only ate a little bit. It says Ashley's instead of Hershey's. Very nice. Excellent. Grabby hands. Is this enchanted chocolate or just normal chocolate? Normal. What about unenchanted dark chocolate? Where does that fall on the normal, abnormal chocolate spectrum? Does he deserve to know? I don't know. gonna like the mystery. It's completely normal chocolate, isn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. Can I have some then? Come on, you owe me. For what? Helping you set all this up? Oh yeah, that's fair. Chocolate. This is totally normal chocolate. Yeah. Did you expect it to not be that? Well, you implied. We never implied. You came up with that one all on your own. Damn it. Alright, I'm bored. Later, dorks. Hey, don't you run off on me, miss. This Magic Cap bank isn't even half done. I'll do it later. For now, I'm gonna go take a nap under that table. If anyone disturbs me. Super ellipses. Ellipses question mark. Come on. You'll be happy? Confused. Ticklish. Extra hungry. I will mention me in your diary? Diary. Maddie doesn't keep a diary. All those thoughts and memories just stay cooped up in her head. One day she's going to run out of space, or sanity. I will exact terrible revenge on both of you later. Jeez, that phrase definitely doesn't start with an M. Bye! It sounds like Meredith. I've most certainly had conversations with Meredith Gerber, our social media coordinator, that have ended exactly like this. Friends. Oh man, I want to get into bed like that. Am I not being too hard on her? I'm not being too hard on her, am I? You? She thinks you're great. Good. I could probably stand to give her a break, though. Break. There are a few people who appreciate a break more than Ashley, especially when it's a break from Maddie. I mean, I'm expecting a lot from her right now. She does seem a little overloaded. Fuck. But she'd tell me if things were too much, right? I don't know. She seems like she idolizes you. Idolizes. Idolatry's a sin, right? It can't be healthy behavior. I reckon she'd pretty happily burn herself out for you, you know? I just need her for the next 4 or 5 hours. Then everything will be okay. Is that what you're planning? Is that when you're planning on performing the ritual? This thing? Yeah. What's it for, anyway? Conduit ritual. Super forbidden magic. Oh, cool. Cool. Are you actually cool with this, or not hugely, actually? Why's that? Well, you know, I was talking to Ned earlier, and actually, don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't care. What's it do? You know how it took a couple hours from you down here? Vividly. Hey, Shanley Attack. They have subscribed for 5 months. I am digging the Bono vibes, Jacob. 5 months, baby! Says they. This is just a bigger scale version of that spell. Higher capacity. So who are you taking hours from? Nobody. Don't worry, bud. You're at a deficit already. Deficit. When you get deep enough into the hole, you kind of stop worrying about climbing out of it and just accept your fate. I can't touch you. Right. Okay. So even if you're lying right now, shouldn't you have taken enough to pay off your debt multiple times at this point? Huh, the hours weren't for that. Hours. Or maybe it just felt like hours. It can be hard to judge time when you're wandering around aimlessly. What the hell did you do with them then? Where'd they go? Is she taking enough hours for like a lifetime to try to resurrect someone? For our research, we used the following materials. Wire of copper, heavily drawn. Jasmined chalk, not Dover. Sustained electric supply of at least 20 volts. Car battery. Capacitors composed of need better durability. However, we believe extra components are required. Our conduit's properties varied with the layout of our summoning circle, and despite the departure of our test subject during our trials, we were able to ascertain a number of efficiency-oriented refinements. Certain kinds of optimization require real dedication to craft, as well as the absolute necessity of a living but non-sentient vessel to act as a so-called storage container. More testing is required, though obtaining a willing subject for future methodology evaluations without attracting the attention of the Council will be difficult, to say the least. I stored them. Oh, that's what the tree's for. Okay. All those hours are in this tree. I miss eating. Why? What was your diet like? I remember sushi. Sushi? I thought you said you were a crab. What? You think crabs are dexterous enough to make sushi? Unquestionably, yes. What is this sushi? It's delicious, is what it is. Rice and fish and seaweed. Humans eat it. And crabs. I just don't know where a crab would find rice or a way to make good sushi. I also ate garbage. Yes, I also ate garbage on occasion. And who doesn't? Who among us doesn't eat garbage on occasion? Unbelievable, you two. Unbelievable. Garbage is good for the soul. Garbage is garbage. It's in the name. What did you eat when you were alive then? Grass. Just normal grass. Boring. And tree roots sometimes. There are tree roots here, yes? Yeah, there are. Why don't you chomp on them? Well, I'm not hungry. We don't eat. Also, more importantly, they are powerfully magical. Maddie needs them. If we damage things that Maddie needs, then Ashley will be disappointed. A suboptimal state of affairs. I can feel the power in them too. However, I do not feel compelled to chomp on them. What a strange thought. Love to chomp? Chomp sushi, chomp sandwiches, chomp garbage. Love to chomp. I want a shirt that says love to chomp. You're so weird. Yeah, it's a lot. Cipher. Chaos. Elders. Afraid. Refinements. Communism. Refinements. Self-forgiveness. And liabilities. Lore. Guests. Guests. Maddie. Magic. Melbourne. Ned. Continue. I am of a mind to skip the side stories. Like, we'll explore and we'll see what the stories are about, but I'm of a mind to skip the side stories in case somebody wants to pick this game up and get to them on their own. A letter from Sophie Cordova. So, Math and We says that's an interesting mechanic. How did it work? It essentially is you go through and you unlock stories in these kind of interstitial areas. And it unlocks things like this, because you'll see around this circle how many of each of these tokens that we have. And you kind of pick the yellow words that come up in the actual, like, the main plot areas, give you these tokens. And you pick 7, you don't know what they're going to be, and then you use them to unlock these stories. So we'll do 1. My dear Maddie, thank you for getting in touch with me. Or perhaps should I say, congratulations. I make such a point of making myself hard to find that it's always a surprise to hear from anyone. I sometimes find myself fearing the day when I'll be contacted by someone who isn't a fan of mine and who is more interested in locking me away than seeking my advice. One might think that people interested in putting me away would be more capable and in possession of more resources than those like yourself, who simply possess curiosity, and yet it is always the latter who manage to break through the veil I've erected between myself and the outside world. You are the first in over 3 years to manage this, and so it is now time for me to find another hiding place. If your next letter manages to find me, I'll truly have something to worry about. If you're looking for a solution to the problem you outlined in your letter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My business is that of teaching people how to ask the right questions so that they can find the answers themselves, not giving the answers. After all, the most worthwhile answers are the ones I haven't found yet. That being said, your question about time transference is an issue of special interest to me. The idea of storing vitality within a living non-sentient creature, such as a plant, is one that I've long considered. The issue has always been one of retrieval. If you did find a way to transfer vitality from a plant into a sentient creature, it would result in a tremendous discharge of energy, such a great discharge that I'm sure it would kill whatever subject was on the receiving end. Absorbing life force from something doesn't seem like it would do you much good if it kills you in the process. Consequently, I've never experimented with this process myself, even if I have earned a reputation for being a rule breaker. There are certain things that are simply off limits. Your idea of using a non-living soul as the target for transference is an interesting one. No risk of killing the vitality recipient if it's already dead. Of course, that would require finding a way to infuse a non-living soul with vitality in the first place. And being that most reanimation techniques involve a significant discharge of energy, Using the vitality transfer as the trigger would effectively be killing two birds with one stone. Of course, reanimation is a far cry from necromancy, but if your only problem is one of living on borrowed time, well, you know better than I do how to resolve the particulars. I'm an alchemist, not a necromancer. If I can offer you one piece of advice, these kind of vitality transfers are not something to be experimented with. Any time that time is borrowed or lent, you are making an alteration into a ledger that the powers that be keep a very careful eye on. Even the smallest of disturbances is enough to attract their notice, and attracting their notice will put a quick end to any research you might be in the midst of. So if you're going to try a vitality transference, don't experiment. Go straight for the end goal. If you're going to catch the attention of those whose attention you do not want, make sure that the endeavor is worthwhile. If you have a good reputation, it would be a shame to squander it on something so trivial as allowing a mouse a few extra seconds on this side of mortality. As they say, go big or go home. I appreciate your taking the time to write to me. You've given me new things to pontificate on, and perhaps one day you may see the results of that pontification in one of my future volumes. Of course, it should go without saying that you won't be able to reach me again, at least not the same way you did before. I've been found, and that means I need to do a better job of covering my tracks. While I rationally hope that I'll never find myself in a position where a fan's letter finds me, there is always a part of me that hopes that one of my readers will manage to track me down. Who knows? Perhaps the next letter I receive at my next residence will come from you. But I'm sure that you have better things to do with your time than to track me down. There is a time to adopt the posture of a student and focus on learning, but it's obvious to me that you are someone who has spent plenty of time learning things and is now ready to do things. So do things, Maddie. Do big things. Do dangerous things. Do things that break the rules. Not all rules need to be broken, but if you're smart enough to find me, you're smart enough to know which rules are worth breaking. I'm grateful that it's always the reader mail that seems to find me, and never the demands to appear before some kind of tribunal or committee. I used to think that this was a long stream of extremely good luck on my part. But over time, I've come to realize that those who wish me gone lack the insight of the people who earnestly read my work, readers such as yourself, who are the only ones who truly know me well enough to understand how I think and where I would hide. Bravo, Maddie. You've demonstrated your ability to think like me. Now you must learn to think like yourself. Yours truly, Sophie Cordova. Oh, that's good shit. The writing in this game is tremendous. Ashley's inventions, something down under. Anything else? I mean, Ashley's inventions, that's what we need. Floor swepe. Ashley's original ideas do not steal. Ashley's original ideas do not steal. Floor sweeper. My last experiment with the kitchen assistant, V1, was a big success if you measure success and how quickly it was able to pulverize things generally. The throwing objects at the ceiling technique does not work for pulverizing carrots or celery for salads, but it does very good at pulverizing halogen lamp bulbs. This made me think about how much better it would be if the floor were self-cleaning. Ashlings can sweep up a bit and usually all they do is move dust around, and it's hard to get them to actually collect debris and put it into the trash. If the entire floor were covered with air jets, any small bits of debris that dropped onto the floor would quickly get whisked away around a corner, where a vacuum or something could suck them up into a disposal chute. Having a bunch of air jets would require a lot of power to run. But air isn't the only fluid that could be used to carry dirt and dust and broken shards of halogen lamp bulbs. Water could also probably do the trick. The issue is that water would damage the floor. Ripping up the wooden floorboards and pouring concrete would solve that problem, and we could mold the concrete in a way that it shaped directly the water towards a drain in the floor. That would mean no more need to sweep. We could just hose down the entire cafe at the end of the day and it would drain itself. Then it would be dry by morning. That's actually a really good idea that doesn't require any special equipment or specialized hardware once the floor is installed. I should copyright that idea to make sure that nobody steals it. Update. After several days of calling the Australian Copyright Council, I finally talked to a person who told me that what I want to cover inventions is a patent, not a copyright. After several more days of trying to contact the patent office, I was told that someone already used my idea. I wonder if it's possible to sue someone for stealing your idea before you came up with it. It's pretty unfair that I'm not able to patent an idea just because I'm too young to have had the idea before someone else claimed it. Knife Retriever version 2. Previously, I discovered the idea of using a large electromagnet to retrieve the knife that was lodged in the ceiling. My research has led me to believe that the knife in the ceiling is actually stainless steel, which contains iron. Iron is ferromagnetic, which is weird because you'd think that only ferro would be ferromagnetic, but I guess iron is too. Also, I was able to find a gas-powered generator that could supply enough power to run an electromagnet for a short period of time, so I don't need to worry about the circuit breakers. It requires a lot of gas, but luckily getting the knife down only requires running the electromagnet for a short period of time. I created the electromagnet by spooning the power cable around a piece of iron. The good news is the electromagnet is great at pulling knives from where they are. The bad news is they pulled all the knives from the drawers that were within a meter of it when I turned it on. Also, the knife in the ceiling wasn't affected because it was too far away. I looked it up, and magnetic attraction follows an inverse cube law. I'm not sure what the opposite of a cube is, maybe it's a sphere? But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense that objects further away aren't pulled as strongly by a magnet. The Beseecher 5000. After my lack of success with the Knife Retriever version 2, I asked Che for help, and he lifted me up so I was able to pull the knife from the ceiling. He asked how long it had been up there, and I'd said, not long, and he said, more than a day? And I said, oh, it wasn't up for a day, which is technically true. I'm glad that asking Che for help succeeded, but I think in the future, there needs to be a way to automate this process of asking Che for help. I think I need to create a robot with speech capabilities that is capable of asking for favors. Then I could have the robot ask for favors on my behalf. I think this is a good idea because usually when you ask someone for a favor, then you owe them a favor afterward. But if it were the robot asking the favor, then the robot would owe the favor, not you. Then the person would ask the robot to do them a favor, and the robot would say, sorry, I am only capable of talking to people, not doing tasks. Then if the person asked the robot to ask you for a favor, the robot would say, I'm sorry, my battery is running low, and then it would self-destruct. It would be expensive to build a new robot every time you had to ask for another favor, but it would be better than having to owe someone a bunch of favors after they owed you. Excellent. Oh yeah, that's right. They're not letting us go out there yet. stairs. Let Jacob go up the stairs. Let Jacob go up the stairs. Dang it, game. Fine. Back to the awesome story, I guess. Continue. Why, yes, thank you. God, there's so much to this game. Oh, Che had a rough time. Oh, Che had a rough time. Not a full break, but I'm gonna go get some hot water and put some tea in it. My throat and my mouth are kind of hurting. So give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. I will leave you with... I'm gonna leave you with some music. Not a full break, I just don't want you to have to sit here in silence. Oh, cool. Spotify just decided to crash. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice, nice. Nice. Cool. So, listen to music from a different bar video game while looking at this bar video game. I'll just be back in a second. There. That didn't take long. Ah. Open. Open. Give me. Oh, good. Yeah. Final Fantasy VII Remake really spoiled me. I don't have to read as much. I'm also currently doing a casting and directing project as well, along with some other stuff, so I am doing a lot of talking during my day. A lot of meetings and stuff. Woo! Alright, let's do it. Melody Dark says, ooh, Jacob got work. Yeah, it's just nothing. I landed, I've got some, a couple of the side projects going on, and then there's ramp up in preparation for some events, and things like that. It hasn't been anything worth talking about publicly yet. Not that the projects aren't cool. They're very cool. They're just not at a place where, like, they're a while out before it will mean anything to anybody aside from, like, I got a cool gig I can't talk about. Yay! That's pretty much it. Day 2, 10 p.m., the terminal. Man, a lot fucking happens at this place in a day. Hello? Ah, what was that? I said, can I get 2 lattes? Yeah, sure thing. Ellipses. You want those takeaway or not? For here, please. Go take a seat. I'll bring it over. Ellipses. Ah, crap. You right, mate? Yeah, all good. I should really get Ashley to do this. Sorry, what? Nothing, just talking to myself. Alright. Yeah. Where's the broom? Ashley! Where's that broom? Ellipses. Ashley! I need a hand. Come help me. Come on, I gotta find a broom. Atta girl. Broom. Sweet. Coffee. Oh no, that's not coffee. There's a trash can. Whew, it's been a long day. Yes, good. That's how I feel. Hmm? Hey, are any of your friends around? Probably. When did you teach him to do that? I didn't. That one's just weird. How you doing, kiddo? Sleep deprivation's kicking in. Sometimes I feel like nobody ever sleeps in this cafe. Except Kishan. Yeah, he has slept a lot while he's been here, hasn't he? It's because you keep getting him drunk. What? I haven't done that once. Oh, not you. I mean, you. So, not me at all, but Maddie and Ned. Gotcha. Those brigands. You're telling me. How's Maddie doing? Well... Stop letting this girl be around knives. Yeah, that should do it. Phew. How close are we to being done? Fairly close. I'm not super worried about getting it done without Ashley either. Rad. Anyway, what were you saying? Oh, just that I think I understand everything now. And? Well, that's all. Well, I appreciate your restraint in not generously supplying me with your moral take on it. No worries, don't want to be that guy. Dang, I'm actually going to miss you once you're gone. Whoa, those are some honest feelings coming from you. Ah. Doth thy icy facade crack? Facade. Does Maddie seem like the kind of person who hides behind a mask? Not really. The correct word there is dust, and please don't make me take it back. Huh. Guess you really got into the whole boom into the River Styx thing, huh? Styx. Styx. If you ever find yourself in the River Styx, be sure to give the boatman a friendly domo arigato. Oh, I like how her glasses have a faint glow there. Is that what you think I am? Kinda, yeah. Interesting. Do you not feel that way? I don't know if the metaphor is that accurate, but... I can see why you draw parallels, but this place serves more as, entrance. You don't have to come here on your way to the next place, but it's on the route for sure. Just a stopping point on the highway to hell? I'm sorry, we don't allow AC/DC references in here anymore. AC/DC. Axl Rose is a cautionary tale, those who would rather fade out than burn away. Well, I tried. We're less on a highway and more just an embouchure to the Empyrean. If you want to get real fancy with the wording, that is. An entrance to heaven? Yeah, very roughly speaking, yeah. But hell, I haven't seen the other side, so I can't even say that for sure. I'm fairly certain there's something there, though, which... I don't know. I can take comfort in that, I guess. Oh, and speaking of comfort, how are you feeling? Like every particle in my body is slowly moving away from every other particle in my body. Well, that was rather eloquent. Eloquent. Expressing your feelings eloquently doesn't make them more valid, but it can make them easier for other people to understand. What use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to describe it? Ah! That sentiment birthed poetry. Day 2, 11 p.m. The terminal. My head frickin' hurts. It sucks and stuff. I keep telling you the painkillers will take effect in a few minutes. I'm not gonna stop yelling about it until they do. That's some good shake. You know, some philosophers believe that experiencing pain is one of the best ways to make sure you know you're alive. Philosophers. Jay met some of those guys, he swears it. He just had too much time to forget their names. That sounds fake. Which philosophers? Famous ones? Oh my gosh, you're actually just making it up. Possibly. You could have sold it better. Say that some famous singer said it instead. Cross that generational gap, man. You gotta appeal to the kids. I feel like every time I do that, I just end up looking like one of those old guys who's afraid of wide-ranging societal shifts. Old guys. Jay spent so much time being an old guy, he's almost begun doubting whether or not he was ever really young. I mean, you are old. I am not. You're like 6,000 years old. You gotta give me this one. Fine. How's your head feeling? It still sucks. How about we grab a drink and go sit outside? It's nice and cool out there. Do I have to? Yes. Yep. Ah, see, that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to go up there. Except that's sitting on that side of the... Sitting on the... Ooh, that's... Ooh. 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 I don't like heights. I'm sorry, I don't like heights when there's nothing between me and the heights. The downs, really. Heights are fine. It's nothing between me and the downs. I get. How are you feeling now? Better. Marginally. Marginally. Things existing in the margins, at the margins, still deserve attention. Come on, I'm sure the drink isn't hurting. What even is this? I, put 6 sugars in it? Aw, you know me so well. Oh, don't like that. The camera angle's great, wonderful shot, absolutely beautifully staged. Ooh, boy. Woo! So how are things at home? Meh. What's that translate to in old people language? Things are normal, I guess. Mom's nearly done with her PhD. That sounds good. It is, probably. But she's pretty busy, so that means we're stuck eating microwave dinners at night. Microwave. Ashley's parents have forbidden her from tinkering with the microwave after witnessing one incident too many. Ah, explains why you've barely left this place since last week. I mean, I'd be here anyway. True. Excuse me. You did ask her, right? Well, if I could be here? Yeah, I don't want to invoke her wrath, do I? Ah, she doesn't worry about me being here. You remember when she talked to Maddie about liquor licensing laws, right? Licensing. Don't you love it when the government offers to sell your rights back to you after they've confiscated them? I think it was more of a lecture than a conversation. After all, Maddie wasn't doing anything wrong aside from letting you hang around after hours. I'm still amazed that Maddie didn't just tell her that we're not technically subject to the regulations since we're not registered with anyone but the council. Yeah, she made the right choice. That would have been an ugly argument. But anyway, she's fine with me being here. She's got my mobile number, and as long as I respond to her check-in, she's not going to come and get me. Good. Good, I wouldn't want to worry her. Oh wow, really coming down now. That's gorgeous. Ah. Wonderful. Ugh. My arm will get wet. Don't worry about it. We can dry it off inside. Just try and enjoy the rain. Okay. I was joking about fake philosophy earlier, but I really do think it's important to take a moment to enjoy things when you can. Rain can feel oppressive. It can stop you from going outside, doing the things you enjoy. But there's nothing like the smell of rain before sunrise. Petrichor. Yeah, it's faintly magical. Did I ever tell you that? Only about 100 times. I can hear it 101 times. It's okay. It's really nice. Alright, I'm actually kind of getting wet. Let's head in. Ah! Fun rain times to awkward silence basement. So, given the fact that I'm very obviously a dork with a bleeding heart, it's definitely safe to assume that I've let people other than you stay longer than they're technically allowed. You're so emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed. It's actually impressive. Well, you know, we all have our ways of coping with persistent extreme stress. Ah, millennial things. Millennial, why don't all these poor kids just buy more money? Yep. But yes, I do understand how you feel. The separation, the difficulty keeping your thoughts together, the base level feeling that something's slightly askew. And the fact, not the feeling, that your time is up. Never loved facts. Me neither. Honestly, I think it feels like having a cold just without any of the physical symptoms. I guess that description works too. But not quite as compelling as the one about your particles being repulsive, though. Oi, that's definitely not what I meant by that one. Isn't it? It's about time. I can't believe I created these beautiful creatures and you turned them into dumbwaiters. Why are his pants torn? Ah, alas, such is life. They gotta pay rent somehow, considering how many cups they drop. That's a feature, not a bug. It's to make them seem more alive. You've taught them to intentionally drop coffee cups in the name of verisimilitude? Verisimilitude. Sorry, verisimilitude. Verisimilitude. You'd hate for your little mechanical critters to be too good at their job. It would totally kill the vibe. Maybe? I'm gonna get Maddie to start ordering cheaper cups. See, I'm promoting efficiency in our procurement cycles. I hate whoever gave you that management book. I'm sensing some hostility. Do I need to talk to HR? Who's our human resources manager? I'm sure it's very good at its job, just not at bussing coffee. He's cute. Ah, Maddie wants us downstairs. I suppose she's done setting up. I'm glad she was able to do it without me. Gosh, so proud. Taught her everything I know. You are a gremlin, you know that? Gremlin. Gremlins are often blamed for mechanical problems, so in Ashley's case, the description fits perfectly. Of course. Shall we? Oh. She's cute. I like her little hat. I like it. Day 3, 12 a.m., basement. That's a beautiful clock. Cough. Cough, cough. It's so bloody damp down here. I know, we're in a cellar. But I don't suppose you have a window we could open or anything. Yeah, we've got a vent that leads somewhere outside somewhere. Maddie, can you open it up? Get some fresh air coming through? I'm pretty sure it's got a dumpster or something sitting on top of it right now. Besides, I'm busy. Just grin and bear it. Can we get this over with? We've done this before, old man. Old man. Some people think Che is wise beyond his years. The truth is, he just doesn't look his age. I believe this is the same scene from the opening. You know it takes a while to set up. Calm your farm. I do not appreciate your tone. Sorry. Can we get some more lights on, maybe? With all the crap you've got scattered around the place. Scattered. Maddie has more important things to do than declutter the cafe. I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Practice makes perfect. Practice. Keeping a place organized is easy. You just have to clean a little bit every single day. Hey, Maddie. How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Nose itches. Great. Now... Che? What's up, Little P? Little P. Some people use diminutive nicknames to create emotional distance. Che uses them to close that distance. I found you a chair. Ah, thank you. So, this whole thing. Surely it's not legal, yeah? Yes, the council found it confronting. For good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order. 8. It's not just bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. Sometimes the powers that be are willing to turn a blind eye, but patience and leniency are both in limited supply these days. Oh, shush you. Most rules can be bent after all. And Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules. Fascination. Maddie says the only reason she's learned the rules is so that she would know when to break them. She's only half joking. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Bah. Is this related to her gambling for time? So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. The council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. Information. Suppressing information doesn't make it go away. It just hides it from the eyes of people who lack the curiosity and persistence to uncover it. For good reason. What happens if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? The question's irrelevant. Because it's banned. Strictly verboten, banned, off limits, and likely to be met with a harsh penalty. Badass? I call it badass. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. Rituals are boring. It's the consequences that you have to worry about. But, looking past all the smoke and mirrors and fancy names, you could just call it necromancy. All those hours are in this tree. Why did you hoard the hours here instead of using them to pay off your debt? Why would I use them to pay off a debt if I could use them to save a life instead? Oh shit. Alright. How can I help? Will the subject please step forward? Council Gazette. We regret to inform you of the passing of Che Wu, a beloved fixture in the Australian alchemical community and owner of the terminal. As an innovator in alchemy and material spellcraft, and as a friend to anyone and everyone who walked through his doors, he will be missed. Friend. The best compliment a man like Che could ask for. You ready to do this again? Sure. Try not to kill me this time. Cool. Ashley, let's do this. Ready when you are. Yeah, Keyshawn's face is my heart right now. I hate this. You have reservations? It's unnatural to store hours in a non-sentient being like that. It can still feel pain, and this is a very painful process. For everyone involved. Yeah? Yeah. Guess it's time for us to watch the show. Let's see how badly this can go wrong. Yay! Calcination. Solution. Separation. Conjunction. Putrefaction. Congelation. Cibation. Sublimation. Fermentation. Exaltation. Multiplication. Projection. Conjunction. Good enough. Ashley? Everything's nominal on my end. We're looking good, so let's get started. Increase power to 80%. Cibation. Holding steady. Cool. Next segment. Activating. How are we doing? It's going fine. Conjunction's about halfway open. Just concentrate. Having some issues here. Hey, we need more power. Yep, ramping it up. I don't know if this will melt our conduits, though. Oh, crap. Yep, our conduits are definitely melting. Ashley, languid. Cibation. Fuck. Bypass it. I can patch the wires, but I don't know what else I can do that now. On it. How close are we to finishing the cibation? We're about 90%. Shit. Shit. Are we going to try again? I think we have to reinforce the wires and that'll fix it. Yes. We're going to keep it going until we make it through. Do or die. Reset, then, and start again. Calcination. Separation. Conjunction. Libation. Hey, Turks and Reverend. Ah, not again. Just a couple seconds more. And you've got it. Yes. Beginning sublimation. Sublimation. You got this, Maddie. What's next? We've opened the connection, now all we have to do is transfer the time. How are you feeling, Shay? I don't know. Shay? That doesn't look good. Oh, that's not great. Sublimation. No! Okay, we won't stop. We've gotten this far. I'm not giving up now, Danny. Maddie? Yeah, typically when things turn from blue to red, it's bad. I can't hold on to it, it's slipping out of my fingers. Energy levels are dropping again. So even if you keep it going for just a few more moments. Rerouting. We could try it again? I don't plan on stopping. I think the conduit's only going to last one more go, then it's kaput. And maybe you're kaput too. I don't know. Shit. Alright, Ashley, take your position again. We'll get it this time. Stop. Just stop. No, I've nearly got it, I swear. You're not going to bring me back. No. I've humored this enough. You've done your best, but this task is beyond you. I need to move on, and it's time to make your peace with this instead of trying to pervert the natural course of things. You never asked me if I wanted to stay. You just made the choice for me and hurt yourself and everyone around you in the process. This music is perfect. Let me leave. Oh, fucking robots. Jesus Christ. Jacoby, you're a goddamn bin chicken is what you are. What? No way. Crabs don't eat sushi or garbage. You don't know that? Yeah, well, you know what does eat sushi and garbage? Thresk Kiornis maluka, also known as the Australian bin chicken. We find that term offensive. We're actually white apeseas. Haha! Ha! Incriminating yourself there. I'd expect nothing less from a bin chicken. Oh, Melody Dark says Ibis. Thank you, Ibis. Damn it. Okay, so moving on. Classic misdirection. No, seriously, did you two see what happened back there? Yeah, that was rough. And yes, that thing with the ritual was also tough to watch. You weren't there, you weren't here when Shay died, but I remember they just behaved like nothing had happened. Oh? My impression was that neither of them had ever remotely considered the possibility of failure. Idiots. Yes, but we're only here because of them, so we should be respectful. to me like nobody in this cafe really seems to think things through. Yep. This place has a weird effect on people. Too much magic in the air, maybe? Who knows? Will they be okay? I don't know how far I'd forgive something like that. How I'd forgive something like that. Being kept here against my will while my very essence breaks down? That is what I believe kids these days call a party foul. Honestly, I don't know. I think Maddie probably has some self-reflection to do. Oh, it's not letting me save yet. Millennial, Eloquent, Gremlin, AC/DC, Old Man, Sticks, Little Pig. Melbourne, Ashley, Guests, Little P. Oh. Read the terminal. And philosophers. Woof. I would like to save. I would like to save. Please let me save. I don't want to be in the basement. Who wants to live forever? Okay. Oh. Expression machine's acting up again. Maddie sighed. Why does it have to be like this? It doesn't have to be like this, said Shay. You're right, said Maddie. It wasn't always like this. If you travel back in time far enough, you'll find an era where we had a working espresso machine. And if you travel even further back, you'll get to a time when espresso machines didn't exist, said Shay. Maddie reached below the counter for the bottle of Chardonnay she had opened that morning. It was half empty. Is this the prelude to one of those moments where an old man tells me how lucky we are to have things so easy? No, said Shay. Things aren't easier. In fact, they're harder. That's why you need all the modern technology to help you deal with them. Shay nodded at the wine bottle in Maddie's hand. So you're gonna offer me some of that, or are you just gonna keep squeezing its neck like you're trying to choke it? Maddie began pouring a drink for Shay. So what were things like back in the old days? Well, for one thing, we didn't need glasses back then. Glasses are not a new invention, old man. I've seen pictures of Benjamin Franklin. Well, yeah, we had glasses back then, but we didn't use them. We drank straight from the bottle. Har har. No, really. Glasses are just one more thing to keep track of. One more thing to clean. Hey, Justin Maxwell. Community hydrate check. It's so much easier to just pass a bottle back and forth. That may be the case, said Maddie, but I'm sure our patrons appreciate the extra effort that goes into making sure they're always drinking from clean glasses. I'm sure they do, said Shay. That's another thing that's changed. Everyone's a connoisseur of whatever they're drinking. It's that you finger-wagging about how young people all have particular tastes? No, said Shay. At least I don't think it is. I guess people are all enjoying the present moment more. Back when we drank sock juice, you were just doing whatever it took to get that stimulant into your bloodstream. Ditto for most depressants. Do I want to know what sock juice is? Said Maddie. Because I'm fairly certain I don't. Oh, we didn't have coffee filters back then, said Shay. So you'd use a sock instead. Don't worry, we'd always use clean socks whenever they were available. Maddie closed her eyes, looking physically ill. You were saying something about people enjoying the present moment before that thoroughly awful digression about how you made coffee? Yeah, said Shay. I know there's this stereotype about how in modern society no one is ever really present, but if anything, I feel like it's the other way around. Nowadays, most people are all about enjoying the present moment. People used to be way more obsessed about where they were going. As in, where they were migrating to? In a manner of speaking, said Shay. Let's just say that I'm amazed how few people these days come in here asking questions about heaven and hell. 100 years ago, if you caught someone on their way out of this world, the first thing they wanted to know was, which place is this? And after they found out they were on a temporary stop to the next place, they'd want to know where it was they were going. There's still plenty of that, said Maddie. Yeah, but a lot less of it, said Shay. And you know, I don't think it was a case of people's priorities suddenly changing once they found themselves standing on the precipice. There were people who used to describe themselves as God-fearing. It was just a part of life. And now it's not. He shrugged. I guess people found more important things to worry about. There wasn't a lot going on back then. He took a sip of Chardonnay. Good thing I'm going to live forever. Worried you go to hell? Hell yes, said Shay. I've done way too much sinning to ever make it into heaven. You've done more good than ill for the world, said Maddie. I'm pretty sure that balances it out. You probably have a positive balance. Nah, said Shay. I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure I'm just a bad person who happens to do good things most of the time. Well, it might not be good enough for heaven, but it's good enough for me, said Maddie. So I guess it's a good thing you're going to live forever. You should have seen this coming. Ooh. What a game. God damn. What a good, very well-written game. Everything in this game is done with intention, and that is so our fucking job. Thank you very, very much for joining us this evening. That's all I have space for. Thank you very, very much for being here, everybody, for our playthrough of Necrobarista. I'm sorry we can't end on a high note. I'm going to do a little dance, you know? But this is a hell of a game, and it deals with some pretty fucking rough-ass topics. And sometimes makes really great commentary that you don't see coming, which is absolutely lovely. But thank you very, very much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. We're going to see you around the Discord. We're going to see you next Thursday, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific time, PDT, for our playthrough on Halloween 1st, as we continue our playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because it is Halloween 1st, I'll come a little dressed up. There. Awesome. So thank you very, very much. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening, or day, or afternoon, or midnight, whatever the hell time it is where you are in the world, because we got a lot of people from friggin' everywhere, which is fantastic. Which is absolutely awesome. It just tickles me. But, as always, I bid you adieu. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. And as always, keep your spirits up. Alright? We'll see you Thursday, 5 p.m. Final Fantasy. Dress up. Bye.